So hello. Now we'll study the interfacing of keyboard with the 8051. So let's see the interfacing of keyboard with the 8051. Um a keyboard will be it's not a keyboard which is available with the desktops and laptops. I'm talking about a hex keyboard. What's a hex keyboard? It's a matrix of 4 by 4, 8 by 8, on which switches are connected, and if you press the switch, the that particular key or the symbol belonging to that particular key is being detected. Fine. This is what a matrix keypad is. Fine. One of the matrix keypad is shown in this slide. This matrix keypad is consist of 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 b 8 9 a b c d e f. So 16 keys are there. Fine. If you press any key, that would be detected. How it is detected? Let's see. What we have done, we have used the four lines of port 1 and 4 lines of port 2. Fine. I'm again repeating. I have used 4 lines of port 1 and 4 lines of port 2. So what I'm doing, I am providing a voltage supply. Onto these columns. Fine. I am providing a voltage supply onto these columns. Now whenever any key has been switched, fine, then that particular voltage will flow from there, and a zero voltage would be detected on this. Fine. This is how and then then we'll understand that which key has been pressed. So this is the way how the 4 by 4 matrix keyboard works. Let's see in detail. So to detect a pressed key, the microcontroller grounds all the rows. So what it does first, it ground all the rows. Instead of connecting like this, it ground all the rows. Fine. Ground means providing grounding. Fine. It ground all the rows. How it can ground all the rows? By making all these pins as equal to 0, by resetting or clearing these pins. Fine. See, if it is port 1, that means it is P0.0. Fine. P0 means port 0 and 0 means first line of the port 0. So how will I clear it? It is P0.0. This is P0.1. So how will write? I will write as clear P0.0, CLR P0.0. So this way I ground all the rows. Fine. Now I will scan the column. What are the columns? Columns are port 2, P2.0, P2.1, P2.2, P2.3. These are my columns of hex keypad which are connected to port 2. So I will scan them. Scan means I will scan the voltage or the signal. Instead I will say the logic at these ports. Fine. So to detect the press key, the microcontroller first grounds all the rows by providing 0. Then it reads the column. Fine. If the data read from the column is all 1, please remember, if the data which is read from all the column, what you are doing, you are trying to read the data at these columns. Fine. If all the data are 1 means the voltage has been supplied till here. The voltage has been supplied till here. Fine. So what it will read? It will read 1. Fine. So if it reads 1, that means no key has been pressed. Fine. Now it will keep on scanning the column until the key has been pressed. The very first thing is you put all the rows equal to 0. Fine. That means you have grounded them, and then you try to read the column. Fine. If any key is pressed, for example this key number 7, this is pressed. Now what will happen? The voltage which is supplied here will go into the port 1, this column of port 1, and this column will become 0. Fine. This column will become 0. So you are constantly scanning the column. This column will become 0, this column will remain 1, this column will remain 0. Now once one of the column became 0, then the program executes further. In another loop, what will happen, the 8051 with the 8051, what we will do, we will make one row as we will put one of the row as ground and rest of the rows as logic 1. Now again we will try to read the column. Fine. If all the columns are 1, that means that particular key doesn't belong to this row. Fine. Now we will put this row as equal to 0 and then scan the column. If any of the column, if all the columns are 1, that means again the key doesn't belongs to this row. If any of the column, since we have pressed 7, so this will become 0 when we are scanning this, when we have put this row equal to 0 and scanning this column. So this will become 0, and when this will become 0, so we automatically knows, or through the program we will know that key number 7 has been pressed. This is how we can scan the keyboard if a user presses the key. Fine. This is the algorithm how the hex keypad works. Fine. So we directly go to the program which we will execute with the 8051 this simulator, with EDSIM51 simulator. Fine. Let's see the program. This is our program. In this program itself, the hex keypad is given, and it has been explained that how this hex keypad has been scanned. Fine. So let's see this. Your hex keypad has 4 rows and 3 columns. Fine. We will follow the same rule to scan the key. What we'll do, we will put each row one by one equal to 0. Remember, we will put each row one by one equal to 0, and then we will scan the column. Fine. If this row doesn't contains the pressed key, then all the columns will remain 1. If this row doesn't have any key pressed, then again the column remains 0. If any of the key has been pressed, then that particular row and that particular column will produce the bit. Fine. So we'll automatically know that which key has been pressed. Let's see the logic diagram also, then it will be more clear to you. In the logic diagram we can see that how the keyboard has been interfaced. P0.0, P0.1, P0.2 and P0.3. So 4 lines out of port 0. First 4 lines out of port 0 are connected to the rows of keypad. You can see the keypad, the rows of the keypad. So lower, starting from lower row 0, row 1, row 2, row 3. Fine. What ports are connected? Port P0.0, P0.1, P0.2 and P0.3. Fine. Then P0.4, P0.5 and P0.6, they are connected to the column through the voltage supply. Fine. They are connected to the column through the voltage supply. Okay. So what we'll do, we will clear the row one by one. Clearing the row means providing ground equal to 0 logic. Fine. And then we will scan the column. We will scan each column, and while scanning the column, if we find any bit 0, then we'll know that a key has been pressed in this column. And since we are scanning, we have put row equal to 0 one by one, then we'll automatically know that which row and which column contains the pressed key. Fine. This is the algorithm of the program. So let's quickly go to the program. This is the program, and we have done one provision also while scanning. Since we would be scanning like this, please look it carefully. We will be scanning like this. First we will put this row equal to 0 and put these all rows equal to 1. Fine. initially I have not told in my lectures, but please listen it carefully, that initially all the ports contains, the output of all the ports contains logic 1. So if we wanted to make them as logic 0, then we have to clear them, otherwise it would remain equal to logic 1. Fine. So what we are doing here, we will make this row equal to 0 and we will scan each column. First we'll scan column 0, then we'll scan column 1 and then column 2. For example, if 1 is pressed, then while scanning the column, if we are scanning the column, we will not get 0 here because 1 has been, this key has been pressed. Then we will scan, so what we'll get here, we'll get logic 1. Then we'll scan column 2, but at this time a connection has been made between column 1 and row 0 because of this key has been pressed. So what will happen, we will get a logic 0 here. So we will automatically know that key number 1 has been pressed. Fine. So this is connected to port 0, port 0.0, 0.1, 0.2 and 0.3, and port 0.4 is connected here, port 0.5 is connected here, 0.6 is connected here. Fine. So let's see how the program has been made. First we have taken a resistor R0. This resistor R0 will tell us that which key has been pressed. Fine. How it will tell? Because we are scanning the key, we are scanning that particular key row by row, so that resistor R0 will be incremented when we will scan the key. So that R0 will give us the exact value of the key which is pressed. Let's see how. First we'll scan the row 0. This is our algorithm. We will scan the row 0. Fine. So we will scan the row 0. What is the code for scanning the row 0? First you make other ports. First you make other rows as 1. Fine. First you make other rows as 1. Why we have made this row as 1, I'll tell you later. Then we will clear, our main motto is to clear the row 0. So how to make the row 0 clear? Because though row 0 is connected to P0.0, remember row 0 is connected to P0.0. So how to clear it? Just write CLR P0.0. That's the same thing we have done. CLR P0.0. So row 0 is cleared. Now you scan the column. So for scanning the column we have a subroutine. So just call that subroutine, call column scan. So this program will go to column scan directly. Let's see what is column scan. In the column scan, it's very easy. In the column scan, it will check for the column. See, P0.4, P0.4, P0.5 and P0.6, they are connected to column 0, column 1 and column 2. So it will directly check whether the bit has been set or not. JNB means bit is not set. Bit is not set means it is cleared. Fine. So if bit is not set, that means you go to this this label. What is this label? Got key. Got key means you have detected the key. Fine. Because if this column is in this column you have detected the logic 0, that means this bit is not set, this bit will be 0. So you will go to the subroutine that this key has been pressed instead of checking other columns. Fine. Otherwise you increment the R0. Why do you increment the R0? Because that column, this particular column is not pressed, the key in this column is not pressed, so you increment the R0. That means the next value might be pressed. So if it was 0, now it will become 1. Fine. Now you check this column whether the value is coming 0 or not. Jump if bit is not set, that means the value is 0. The value is 0, then again you will go to got key, that this key has been pressed. But if the key is not pressed, then again it will be incremented, and then again it will check for the third column whether a key is pressed in third column or not. If key is pressed in the third column, the P0.6 will result in 0. Then this condition, jump if bit is not set, will be true and it will go to got key. Otherwise, if none of the column has been selected, none of the column became 0, then it will increment 0 and it will do the return. Return means it will go back from where it came. So let's assume that none of the key has been pressed. Fine. So it will again go back to the original value from the original place from where it came. It came from this call. Fine. Since none of the key has been selected, what is if a key is selected? If a key was selected, if a key was pressed, then it will go to got key. Let's see what is got key. Got key is setting a flag register F0. A flag register F0 I have talked about in this last class. It's a bit which is available to a user. You can set it and reset it as per your convenience. So if I got a key that yes, a particular key has been pressed, this F0 will become high. Fine. And then it will return. Return where? Return to this place. Fine. Return to this place, and again it will check for other columns. Other columns are not pressed, then it will return to original place. Fine. Let's see, let's assume that none of the key has been pressed. So if none of the key has been pressed, then it will come back to this place. It will execute the next line. What is next line? Jump if bit is set. Jump if bit is set, that means it will check the F0 whether the F0 is 1 or not. Since none of the key has been pressed, so F0 will become remain 0. It's a flag, it will remain 0. So it is saying that if you have detected the key, go to finish. Finish means your program is done, that a particular key has been selected and value of that key will remain in register 0. Fine. But none of the key has been pressed, so it will not execute this line. Instead of executing this line, it will go to the next line. What is the next line? Scanning the row 1. Similarly, you will scan the row 1. Before scanning the row 1, since you have made this row as 0, so what you have to do? You have to make this row as 1. See what I have done. Set B P0.0. This is important. Why I have done this? Because initially I have cleared the row 0. Now I am scanning the second row. So before scanning the second row, what I have to do? I have to set or make the row 0 as 1 again. That's why in this code also I have made this row. I have made this row as equal to. I have made this row is equal to. So I have set this bit because it came. What will happen? This row will be scanned after this third row. See, after this third row, you will have a jump to start. That means it will go back to the first row again. Fine. So what happened here? You have cleared the third row. Now you wanted to scan the first row. Before scanning the first row, you have to make this row as 1. That's why my first line is set B P0.3. Fine. Now I am scanning the second row. Before scanning the second row, I have cleared the first row, so I will set the first row again. So I have set the first row. Now I have cleared the second row. Now I will again go to the column scan. It will again go to the column scan and it will check whether any bit is set or not. That means any column can produce bit 1 or not. If any column has produced a bit 1, it will go to got key. Got key means it will set a bit. Otherwise, it will keep on incrementing the R0. Fine. And if bit is yet not set, if it will return to the same location, and at that location it is checking whether the bit is set. If bit is set, that means your program is finished. If bit is not set, it will scan the third row and then it will scan the fourth row, and this is how your program will go on. Now I will tell you one more thing, that why we are incrementing R0. That is important. See, we have started scanning from here. The value of R0 was 0. Now it will go to column scan. In the column scan, it will go here in the second column. Fine. Since this didn't resulted in key pressing, so it will go to second column. So what is the value of key here? 1. So R0 is incremented by 1. If this has resulted in any key press, then it's okay. If it has not resulted in any key press, so it will go to this place. Now what is the key value at this place? It is 2. So R0 is incremented by 1. So therefore R0 will contain the value of the key which is pressed. This is the logic of your hex keypad. If anybody is not very clear with this logic or with this program, he or she should go to this program once again, because this is a little difficult to understand. Although the hex keypad is very easy. You are just giving value 0 to row and scanning that value in the column. That's it. Fine. So let's see the simulation of this in the EDSIM51. This is your EDSIM51. Let's see simulation. So we'll load the I'll provide you all these programs, fine, so that you people can also simulate the same. So this is where I have made the scan. Yes, this is scan keypad. It is loaded. Now I'll assemble it. Before assembling, I'll see whether what is the value of R0. R0 is still 0, so I'll reset it. Fine. I wanted to make its value 0. Fine, its value is 0. I have made the value 0 because R0 will contain the value which I will place in the hex keypad. Fine. Now I'll assemble it. There are no errors. Now I will run it. Fine. So it is running. Now see the value of R0. R0 values keep on changing. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till C, then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 C. Why it is doing so? Because it is keep on scanning the row and columns. Fine. Now let's press one of the key in this hex keypad. If I'll press the key 6, your R0 should be showing the key 6 and your program will stop there itself. So I press the 6 and your R0 contains the 6. That means you have scanned the key. Fine. Now let us do it again. Pause, run. Fine. Let's reset. We'll reset it because you are again running the program, right? Reset it. See, it's changing. Now let's again check these keys, lower keys. What are these lower keys? I'll tell you. I press this key and it resulted in 2. Yeah, because it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. So this is 2. Fine. I'll again do this. Reset, run. Fine. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B. So this should have been A and B, something like this. I'll press this. It should result in A. Yes, this is A. So this is written wrong here. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's something like this. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, then A, then B. Fine. So that's why when I press this 2, it resulted in A. Because in the program itself we have done this. See, in the program itself we have done this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fine. But you can change this program as per the keyword. I have written a program in a different way, but you can change this program as per this keypad is given. Fine. According to this keypad you can execute your program, or otherwise you can modify your program something like this, that whatever key has been pressed, the value should be displayed on the LCD, or it would be displayed on the 7-segment display. It depends upon you how you wanted to play with this program or play with this simulator. Fine. Thank you. That's it.